Hey, Miguel Dorati back here on the Cage Rage podcast, and we are doing a wage rage. It is fight day, Saturday, April 13th. The big fight today, Christina Hammer, Claressa Shields, the women front and center. They're at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City and on Showtime. I expect the whole boxing world to give this fight a lot of support. First of all, I forget about almost. I guarantee it, these girls are going to put on a show because I've been around women fighters for a long time, and once you get to a level of seriousness like these two ladies have, their lives dedicated to this, you usually do get a great mix in terms of a show. So we've got 10 rounds of middleweight action, 2 minutes rounds. That may be a little bit of an issue going into the future as we talk about women boxing and stuff, and it becomes bigger. You may see that go to 3-minute rounds, but Shields and Hammer contested with 2-minute rounds. The odds, this is what's interesting, this is what I want to bring it up for the people here, is earlier in the week when we looked at it, and you can check our link here to see the picks we made with Anthony Scott Pyatt, my boxing sidekick. And when we did that, Claressa Shields was at minus 400. Hammer paying back at plus 325. And now I've got an over-under and also the latest odds. The weigh-ins were yesterday. The weigh-ins, the weigh-ins were tense because both girls are very confident. It's interesting. They both really feel they're the A side. I know Hammer knows she's in foreign territory and stuff like that, but she seems real cool, calm, and collected. Shields showed up making a show, which is cool. She seems also living in the moment and having fun. People in her entourage were dressed like dinosaurs with her nickname T-Rex and stuff. And Hammer handled it well, was joking around and stuff like that. Hammer, after the press conference, said, hey, I won the mind game. So I don't know what she got from a read there. I know that Shields would disagree. But the odds are showing that money's coming in on Hammer. Hammer now down to plus 230. Shields at minus 270. So what does that mean if you're paying attention and are kind of new at this? Earlier this week, Claressa Shields at minus 400 means you had to bet $400 to win $100. Now, if you're going to bet Shields, you only have to risk 270 to win that same 100. So the risk is less by $130. Now, Christina Hammer at plus 325 earlier in the week, if you were betting $100, you got $325 back if she won. And now at plus 230, if you get a $100 bet on Christina Hammer, you're only getting $230 back. So the odds are shrinking. Hammer's money's coming in. The over-under is set at 7.5 with the over at minus 750 and the under at plus 525. I don't know if anybody wants to look at the under on that at 7.5. At plus 525. That's also an interesting line. But money's been coming in on Christina Hammer. I'm not sure if that's correct. Shields talking all the right talk leading up to it. Maybe, if anything, if she's listening to her fans and maybe some of the PBC entourage and she's drinking some of her own Kool-Aid, she may be a little overconfident. Hammer doesn't appear to be that way. Both undefeated fighters. Hammer, though, you could look back at her fight against Anne Sophie Mathis and you decide whether that's a loss or not. At the same time, all fight week, she's presented herself as very professional. So it's fight day. They're going to do it later today. The odds are closing in on money's coming in on Hammer. So if you're going to put money on Hammer, get it in. If that keeps shrinking, you're going to have to put up or you're going to make less and less for your $100. And Claressa Shields, hey, it's good to have to put up $100 and you get, more money back on that, on her. So, or rather, to get your $100, you have to put up less money, right? So that's the point. And it's all good. We're going to find out in a few hours. And I think, in any case, we're going to see both these women hopefully on the world scene. That's the main thing when you get a big fight is what's the follow-up? And there are other women and other talents circling around out there in other weight classes as well as in these weight classes. Shout out to Kaylee Reese, an American fighter out of Providence that has fought Christina Hammer a couple times already. And there are others, Hannah Gabriel's here in Costa Rica. et cetera, et cetera. So I'm Miguel Dorati for the CRP. Really excited about women's fights this evening. Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer set to make history.